Now then, how we doing? Just, you can see, just try to adjust these linkages on the MJ, and then just put a bit of grease in them. They've got proper greasing points and everything, you can see there. So that's what I'm at the moment. A bit of retention up there actually. Water been sitting in there. Anyway, yeah, I've been doing a bit more with the old McCulloch chainsaw, and looking at the cab again on the interior on the 3350. So plus a few other bits. Anyway, hope you're having a good weekend, and yeah, enjoy. Fantastic. As you just heard, you know, there's life in the old girl, which, like I said, this hasn't been started in you know, well, in over 30 years. So absolutely fantastic. Really pleased. I don't know why, because it's an old saw. But as I said, it was grandfather's, and he was the last one to have it running. So yeah, really pleased with that. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You've got this reel here where the pull cord is around, and that's obviously connected to the recoil mechanism. The mechanism works fine. The spring seems okay, and it wants to take it back. But basically, what's happened is that this here, this actual sort of pulley, it's cracked, and because it's cracked and split, it's basically allowed one part to open up and the other part to close. Well, the trouble is that where it's closed, when you're putting the cord round, it's nipping, so you don't get a nice even pull and back. It's actually nipping, and it's not running very true. It's sort of touching on the side. It's one of those things. It's old, and I half wonder whether that's not the reason grandfather changed this for that Pioneer. He went and got a Pioneer saw. Like I said, I always remember that had electronic ignition. For its day was, quite groundbreaking, really. But anyway, yeah. So I'm going to get a pulley for this, just so I can pull it over easier. Now that I know it's worth doing, and then. Other than that, I think everything else will clean up. As I said, just keep it, original. I'm not going to use it as a saw every day, so it's just nice to have it running. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, 3350 cab cladding. Well, as you can see, probably from there, it's all sagging and coming away from the actual backing foam and whatever. And this has been part of the plan to replace the cladding. Now, because there's several suppliers out there. Now, a lot of them, basically, what you do is you buy these all sort of pre-cut in the shape. But the trouble is, what you do is you obviously, once you've cleaned everything down, you put the bits on and you have to form them round with the glue and take out any of the folds, and you have to trim them so they fit on the things like corner posts and stuff like that. You have to fold them round and make sure the glue adheres there, but then you'll get a ripple there, so you have to pull that round. And I just don't want the bloody hassle of all that. It's great if you get it right. It's a nightmare if you get it wrong. I did a Ford years ago, and that wasn't too bad, and that was a pig. So I found a kit online in the States, and basically it's already cut, it's glued and backed with hard plastic. So you remove everything, take everything out, pull it all down, clean all this stuff off which is still a ball ache, but it's got to be done. And then what happens is that you actually take these whole complete panels. So they're already, you know, pre-formed, cut to size and everything, and you basically just push them into place. And you use a bit of a silicone backing. So that, you know, all the stretching and cutting and trimming has already been done. It's on ready to go there in place. Up you go, and you do the sides, the bottoms, everything is the same. I really like the idea of that. A, because of, you know, the, well, apparent ease of it, but more so is just I think it looks good, and the quality of the material they're using, it looks really good. I mean, some of the stuff I have seen, you know, at various shows that people are selling is you know, not great. But anyway, that's the plan. The only thing is, at the moment we're having a bit of a chore looking at getting it shipped to the UK, because they don't, you know, nobody stocks it over here, and they're obviously quite big, because they're already pre-done in the shapes. You can't just roll them up like you would do with the material, you know, and foam. So it's quite, although, you know, bulky. So they're large flat boxes, which, you know, the shipping is, you know, going to be relatively high. But I'm looking into various ways to get around that. But like I say, the kit itself isn't cheap, but as I said, I think it's a very, very good quality kit by the looks of it. And as nobody stocks over here, I'd probably be one of the first maybe to use one in the UK, and that would be nice, you know, so it could show everybody else. And then if it goes to plan and everything's good, maybe others would want to use it, and, you know, somebody would take the bull by the horns and stock them over here. You probably can't, it's really too dark. But this one has got sunroof stroke escape hatch in this one, which is always nice just to pop open and listen to the old girl running. Yeah, so there we are. So that's the saga of the cab cladding. But as I said, you know, I'm pushing on with that because I'd like to get that done. I might then stick some new cushions on the seat. My seat is actually very good. You know, it's not all worn and sort of rickety. The actual seat itself is good. Suspension's good. But there is, see, there's some tears in the fabric. But the seat, as I said, the seat itself is all right. So that's what's going on. As I said, I've put some new clips and bits and hoses on various parts of this as well this week in the evenings. But again, it's been another busy week. Had some really nice responses on the video I did with my still saw and trying to entice Logger Wade over to the dark side. Now, with that, well, basically, like I said, it's just a bit of tongue-in-cheek, you know, buggering about really. But you may have seen him, another friend of mine, good friend of mine, 64 Woodsmoke. He's got his own channel, and he's done a review because he's a big Husky fan. See, where we're originally from, him and I, the local dealer was a Husqvarna dealer. The only reason I went still is because when I was working away, I was using a lot of still equipment, and, you know, got to like it, and that's what I went with. And obviously, before that, say grandfather, I was brought up with McCulloch, and then well, actually before this was we had a Sash Dolmar, then the McCulloch, and then the Pioneer. But as I said, I worked a lot with still, and yeah, a good saw, I like them. But our actual local dealer was a Husqvarna dealer. And old 64 Woodsmoke, he's still, you know, a big Husky fan, and he's just done a review on his little top handle, and he's got a medium size, and he's got a big one, the current new ones with all electronic emission control and this, that and the other. I mean, and he's not a huge fan of it, to be fair. But what we're going to do is we're going to get two sort of comparatively matched saws, so, you know, still, and then one of his Huskies, and one big piece of timber, so it's a, you know, fairly the same bits, so it's fairly regular, and we're just going to go head to head with the saws, you know, for, you know, the time it takes to go through, cutting performance, and how they feel going through. And then we're going to split the videos on the, you know, between my channel and his channel, so you can see the angles from my point of view, and then see the camera angles from his point of view. But yeah, again, just a bit of fun, but just be interesting to see. Anyway, keep looking out for that, because as I say, I'm looking forward to doing that. I might give the saw a little bit of a tweak. It'd be nice if I could get old Wade's mate Stevie to get it Billabuilt, but I don't think we'll have time for that before we need to film it. But I might ask him and see what tips he can give me. Anyway, the other thing is the JCB 3CX contractor. A lot of you like that. The one I was on with the, you know, the joystick controls, and you know, want to see more of that. Well, luckily for you, I think the end of this week I'll be back on that. So if you've got anything specific that you want to see on it or know about it, you know, just comment below, and I'll try and sort that out for you. Oh, 64 Woodsmoke, go and have a look at him with his bugging around with his saws, and you can see him. He's half dressed, for crying out loud. I mean, seriously, got his butt crack showing and all sorts. He's a mess. The bloke's a mess. And another channel, as I said, if those that you don't know already, Dino0303. Dino's a really nice guy called Ben, and he's got a wonderful channel, and it's been going a good while. And it's varied. It's farm stuff, and also there's a bit of digger work in there, and he's a good hand on a machine as well. It's nice to watch him work. So yeah, give him a look if you haven't already. All my lads out there on Snapchat, you know who you are. Good old boys. You kept me entertained this week. Luke, thank you for taking us around that machinery show. If you're not on Snapchat, you wouldn't know, but a really good guy out in the States. Went to a show, big machinery show, and was just Snapchatting, you know, short videos to us constantly. So it's like being there without a 3,000-mile journey, which was very good of him. But cheers, Luke. Thank you for that. Yeah, so there we go. Right then. Until later on in the week, I get 5 minutes, and I shall let you know what we've been up to. Thank you all for watching. Look after yourselves. Mind how you go.